Leaders, thank you so much for connecting with us today. It's always a pleasure and delight. In today's episode, I'm going to present a test of character. At some point in your leadership role, you'll be tested. You'll be tested to prove if you are worth to be trusted with more responsibilities and more blessings from above. And when a test comes upon you, it reveals either you have flaws in your character that need to be improved, or it shows that your character is well formed and well rounded to be a blessing. At the same time, the test of character, it shows either your character is anchored as temporal things of this world or is anchored in the eternal promise of the living God. Everyone will be tested in some points in his life. Even trees, they get tested. The trees in the world, they are shaken by the winds, and those trees that are flexible and adaptable and swing with the force of nature, they survive. But those that are rigid, they get broken and perish with the forces of nature. Even wild animals, they get tested. Those animals that adapt and learn the skills to survive in the jungle, they live longer. But those that are not adaptable, those are not equipped, they get destroyed. So every human being will be tested. And character will determine those who will thrive in the future or those who will prove to be failures. So development of character in the life of a leader is vital and is important. And it is encouraged that when we are choosing leaders, wherever we are, we may choose leaders those have good character, a well-balanced character, because character enables leaders to make better decisions that are hard, but those will improve our lives. So to learn this principle well, I am presenting the story of Daniel in the book of Daniel chapter 6. Now, Daniel, when he was around 8 years old, he was trusted with more responsibilities and power and authority by King Darius. And this happened because he developed those skills that gave him abilities to solve difficult problems and to be a blessing to the king. And because of that, he was trusted more. By the way, he was made among the 3 highest administrators in the kingdom of Darius. And all the governors and administrators from different provinces, they reported to Daniel. Now, Daniel, because of superiority of his character, because his character gave him special abilities, he was trustworthy, he was detail-oriented, his colleagues, they felt jealous about him. And they tried to find ways on how to destroy Daniel, to accuse him. They went to his account and they found there was no any evil dealings. They tried to find if he had broken the laws of Media and Persia, but there was none. In his conduct, he was faithful. So they thought very carefully, what can we do to destroy this man? Remember, when your character is beautiful and well-balanced and well-rounded, according to the laws and regulations of God, The men around you, some of them may be jealous about you. They may try to destroy you because your character is a light that shines in darkness. And normally, light and darkness, they don't stay together. So don't worry. Don't apologize. Live according to the values that you have chosen to live by. And with this man, they thought, what can we find? We can find something in his obedience to the laws of his God. So they thought very carefully. They say, we're going to go to the king and we're going to tell him that anybody who will worship an other god instead of king for 30 days will be destroyed. Now, king, he didn't realize or he didn't know what was the motive behind this suggestion. So the king enacted a law that prohibited anyone to bow down to any other god instead to the king of Media and Persia. And when Daniel realized that, the scripture says Daniel went to his house and he went to pray every day in the morning, afternoon, and evening. And when this man realized that, they went back to the king and said, King, remember the law you enacted. This man Daniel have been praying to the God of heaven. Now, when the king heard that, he was discouraged, he was disappointed, and now he realized what these men, they were up to. But one thing I think is very important to note here, Daniel, he prayed 3 times. It was his habit. Every day he gave thanks and praises to his God of heaven. Now, what is your habit? What is your prayer life? And somebody may say, I'm too busy. But Daniel was a great man. He was responsible to a lot of people. But he kept his prayer life intact. So how about your prayer life? So you can say, why did Daniel keep praying when the command was given? But prayer was life to Daniel. He knew that if he disconnects his channel to heaven, he cannot survive even for a minute against the vials and temptation and danger of this world. So he kept praying. And when the thing was brought to the king, then the king had to give an order. And Daniel was thrown to the den of lions. And the king he tried to preserve Daniel, but he couldn't because of the law of Media and Persia. That doesn't change. So the king told him, Daniel, I believe that the God that you worship will preserve you from the hungry lions. And the whole night the king was praying and he didn't eat for Daniel. In the morning, he rushed to the den lion and he called, Daniel, are you still alive? Did your God who you serve, did he preserve you? And Daniel responded, King, I was no guilt before you or either before the King of heaven. And he has sent his angels. He has preserved my life. I am still alive. Now, why did not God rescue Daniel before he was thrown to the den of lions? But God allowed his servant to be thrown there. But there God sent an angel. So even in the midst of lions, in the midst of trouble, God will send his angel and they will protect you. In the midst of evil men, God will send his angels to protect you. So don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. And we see that king gave a command, and all the men who accused Daniel, they were thrown to the den of lion, and the lion overpowered them, and they were destroyed with their families. You see, the trap that your enemy set against you, those traps will trap them. They will be destroyed. So don't be afraid. When people accuse you for things you didn't do, when people try to destroy you, do not be afraid as a leader, because you're going to be tested. but hold on to the promises of God, because God will come through. His promises is that he will send his angels and they will protect us. The angel of the Lord encompass those who fear God and protect them from the evil one. So God bless you. When the time and the moment of testing will come, don't be discouraged. Have faith, and God will take care of you. Thank you, and God bless you.